picks up. He's going to get a macro hatch to try and fill this void.
I don't even think it's going to finish.
It's
no, it's totally not going to finish.
GG from MaSa up 2-1 in this best of 5.
So again, this is a big momentum game because now going into map number 4, which is going to be Daedalus Point, which I believe is our second time we're actually going to get to see it. This is a big match because MaSa could go on to win 3-1 and take the Toronto Cup, the TorCraft Cup.
Yeah.
He very well could. I mean, Daedalus Point, the way that MaSa's been playing, game number 1, game number 3, resounding victories. It's really now the pressure is going to be on Hendrilisk, and Hendrilisk has to deliver here in game number 4 if he wants to bring this to a 5th.
Yeah, and you know, the maps that MaSa's been winning on, again, they just don't seem to fit Hendrilisk's style. He enjoys taking a lot of bases really quickly, but Yeonsu, Frost, very hard to get above 3 bases very safely, especially versus a player like MaSa, where the constant aggression is coming in. And, you know, we saw that here on game number 3, where Hendrilisk just was in a lot of trouble throughout the entire game. Not able to use his 3rd and 4th base, getting his 3rd base at 14 minutes, whereas the previous game getting it up at about 10.
Yeah.
So now, Daedalus Point, another one of those maps. Getting above even 2 bases is very difficult on this map since it's so open.
So you're saying that's definitely a bit more MaSa favorite here for game number 4?
Yeah, and especially since it's so small, drops very effective, split push is very effective as well. So that fits MaSa's style. It
really does. Yeah. Smaller compartmentalized armies that just wreak havoc across the battlefield. And consistent reinforcements has always been the way to go as well. But the players are ready to go. They're rip-raring. And Daedalus Point is going to be brought here to the forefront. Who's going to go home with the cash? Who's going to go home with the bragging rights and, of course, the TorCraft Cup? Will it be a win here for MaSa, taking it 3-1, or are we going to actually get to that 5th match and see Hendrilisk come out ahead for a tie?
We're going to have to find out here. We're loading up into what could be the last game of TorCraft Season 1 here. It is in favor of MaSa 2-1 at the moment. Daedalus Point going to be the map.
Either way, it's been a heck of a journey. I mean, we started the first TorCraft Cup back in January after the TorCraft first tournament back, I believe, in December.
Yeah.
We have been using consistent rules and seeing a lot of actually new faces in and around the Toronto scene, and it's all been provided here by Eschamp. We do give our thanks to, of course, Anime North for supplying the space, but we do have subscriber emotes, and that's largely due to the viewership that we've gained through you guys because of the TorCraft Cup. So we got Draconis on there with Get Direct. We got Jay, a.k.a. the Ginger Jesus, the J Idea. Those are some fantastic emotes that were created simply because of your support. So every subscribe that we get, of course, all that money goes into future events because we are thinking about more stuff down the line.
Yeah, and of course, shoutouts to Chairs for Gaming. If you use the coupon code ESCHAMP, you do get $20 off any DX Racer with a free shipping, free headrest, and a free lumbar cushion too.
For those of you a bit younger, you know, back support is going to treat you well in your old age. Take it from a veteran. Of course, the music, of course, was provided courtesy of Wolfgun and Monster Cat, and of course, we do have Warchamp 7 DJing it pretty expertly in the back of it. So, that being said, game number 4 is now underway. ROOT.MaSa and Complexity Sound Blaster Hendrilisk. Who is going to take home this win, Delk?
Well, we're going to have to find out here. We're spawning on top of our Teal Zerg. Representing Complexity Sound Blaster, it is Hendrilisk!
Good amount of support. Good amount of support. Yeah. But he... wow, they're still going.
Yeah.
But he's up against one of the most solid Toronto Terran players. I call him the Toronto Terran of Terror. Give it up for ROOT.MaSa if you think he can bring this to 3-1. I don't know. He has his own fair share of supporters here down in the north.
All right. So Daedalus Point. As I was saying, it fits MaSa's style. Lots of Reaper play possible on this map. Lots of split pushes. Lots of drops. Hendrilisk, not so much in favor of him. He can't get above really 3 bases too safe. In even the 3rd base, very unsafe to get. And Hendrilisk really just going to have to play this extremely safe if he wants to try and take this game and tie it up.
Well, already you see Hengelis, he's going to go for that pool first. So he's really not going to be taking any kind of chances. Not any kind of cheese coming out here from MaSa, but he's possibly confident enough that he doesn't need to. Yeah. Still, it's going to be the Reaper. It's been a very solid way to go, and already Hengelis, again, he knows that it's coming, so he's going to get that spawning pool. He does have the hatchery down now as well, but we're going to have to do the Reaper dance.
Yep. Right now, as you said, spawning pool and extractor already down. MaSa, he's just going to be getting out those Reapers out now. Daedalus Point, a very small map. Reapers get across pretty quickly. And since it's a pretty open map, it's very hard for Zerglings to get a nice surround on it without metabolic boost. And a bunker gets thrown down here by MaSa.
Extractor trick there just to get that extra drone out early. But, I mean, again, very typical stuff. MaSa's going to get the Reapers. He's going to have this bunker. If that bunker actually finishes up and Hengelis does not have an answer for it, this is not going to be the best of starts for the game 4.
Yeah, right now the first Reaper already across. The bunker's going to be finishing up. There's already Zerglings heading out there just to make sure the bunker's done now. That Reaper, it's going to have a safe haven if need be, and a second Reaper going to be joining it soon enough. And that Reaper is very low on health. Should get in there. Yeah, gets in there. I'm going to start firing at that hatchery.
It's not exactly going to DPS it down extremely quick.
Yeah.
These are not the Reapers of old, but still, the second bunker going to go down here as well.
Gets it down right before the creep starts.
We're going to have to see what can Hengelis do about this, because typically, I mean, get maybe double Queen and then a bunch of Zergs. You got to really wait for the metabolic boost, though. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to do anything against these Reapers without it.
Yeah, and right now, a second barracks already on the way, or not second barracks, a factory on the way here for MaSa. So going to be getting those Hellions up soon enough, and right now, these Reapers, they're really just going to be jumping in and out. The combat drugs have kicked in, and right now, one Queen very low on health at the moment. Third Queen is now out, and a third Reaper going to be joining in.
That's going to be some Zerglings coming out of that larva right there. And the metabolic boost is about to finish up. So one bunker down. The second's going to get salvaged as well. And it looks like MaSa will be rebuffed for now. The good news is that Hengelis is ahead in the supply. In fact, hugely ahead in terms of that army. There's the metabolic boost. You might actually be able to clean up all of these. The SCV for sure.
One Reaper heading off to the east, and that's a smart choice. At least keep one alive if he can. And now the Zerglings, they're going to be heading to MaSa's natural. Hengelis is up almost 20 supply here.
Does MaSa have a wall? I'm fairly sure he does.
MaSa has a wall up on the front of his main, but even if he takes out the orbital command center, that's huge.
Yeah, well, something tells me he's not going to be able to take that out. No.
Oh.
He did stop it, though.
Oh, should be able to get that. Oh. That SCV is going to get killed off.
Let me in, Jimmy. No way, Bobby.
Yeah. Starport on the way now.
It's the Night of the Living Zerg out there.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of supply, actually, ahead here for Hengelis. In terms of workers, it's still Hengelis' game as well. So, really, a lot of that early harass there from MaSa did not pan out whatsoever. And, again, this is a game that Hengelis has a lot of pressure on. He has to bring this to a 2-2 unless... Well, he doesn't, and then it's going to be a 3-1, and we're going to have an interview with MaSa. So, Hengelis is going to get that third. And, again, very much different in terms of the timestamps. 14 minutes last game, 7 here. I think that's good. That's just showing a lot more promise for Hengelis this game.
Yeah, and right now we do have the Banshees coming out, though, so it's going to be all about how long he can hold it. There are a lot of Zerglings already here, though, and they're going to kind of delay the Hellions and Reapers coming out.
Oh, I thought he was actually going to try to dash through that now downed wall, but
I don't think he even knows that it's open, and right now he got off all of those Reapers and dealt a lot of damage to those Hellions. So Hengelis able to deal a lot of damage there, and the more that he can delay the harassment from coming, the more likely he'll be able to keep his third.
Roach Warden going to be up on its way. We do got Stim now being researched there by MaSa, but the production tab actually, almost flipped around. It's going in Hengelis' favor. We still have almost, that's almost a factor of 2 between the probe counts, or the drone counts, but we also have mules that you cannot discount here from the Terran. It's still going to be the Zerg ahead in terms of the incomes, and again, with the supply as well. It's not really translating into an army presence, however.
Yeah, right now the Banshee's already at the third. It's founded, and the Spore Callers are getting thrown down. The longer that Banshee stays at the third, the better for Hengelis, because the Spores will be able to finish up 6 Hellions. All Queen's going to go down.
Yeah.
And those Zerglings are going to get roasted as well.
Yeah, we don't have an answer to that Banshee. It's just going to land so much free damage. These Roaches should not be chasing these Hellions. But then at the same time, the Banshee really shouldn't be staying out on the battlefield. It should be looking and hunting. And Hendrillus actually is going to get supply blocked.
Yeah, right now, MaSa.
Do we have Cloak? We don't have Cloak.
No Cloak. He
No
does not,
Cloak's
he
even
doesn't
being
have
researched.
he didn't have the gas for it.
I guess not.
So he only went for the single Banshee for the moment. And those Hellions, they're going to be trying to run up into the natural. How many drones will they kill? Not too many, as a lot of them are running away.
Well, they're still able to basically one volley at all. Those hero drones at the front, sacrificing themselves for the lives of their brethren.
Yeah. And, those Hellions.
Oh, that's why we're getting supply blocked.
Ugh.
The Vikings.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Stim's about to finish up here, Delk, and after that, 3 more barracks is going to be going down.
Yeah.
It's going to be the typical MaSa bio army. In terms of back and forth, the harass, neither side has really gotten a very effective early game harass. So they're both basically going full powered into the mid game.
Yeah. Right now, 1-1. I was going to say it was going to start up soon as the double engineering bay did finish. And, yep, we do see it's going to be on the way here. MaSa going to be able to take out... Oh, actually, that Overlord gets to live for a little while. But the Vikings should come by and clean it up. And it will do just that. Hendrillus very close to getting supply block there, but the Evolution Chambers are going to get thrown down now. Overlord's on the way. And right now, Bailing Nest and Aspire coming out for Hendrillus, so going to be going into the regular Mutiling Bane. And I don't know if I agree with that, Jester.
Well, it worked in 1 of 3 games. Hopefully, we can bring that to a 50% here on game number 4. But one Zergling there just stopping out that third. So MaSa's going to be a little bit more behind in terms of the cash. Again, the Mule's doing really good work, just matching the 3 base output almost consistently here from Hendrillus. But those Zerglings, again, just throw away. They're finding out where the army is. They're looking for the strengths and the weaknesses of MaSa. But at this point, it's all strengths.
Yeah, right now, it does seem like 1-1 and +1 flyer attack is going to be on the way. Galal Reconstitution, Centrifugal Hooks. So mainly just getting upgrades. And the problem is that he's not getting army. But MaSa is. MaSa's getting a lot of army, and he's all ready to get a push going.
He's ready to tango.
Yeah.
And, not even 30 seconds ago, the army supply there for MaSa was in and around the 30s. Now it's into the 50s, and we're just forced to match that here by Hendrillus. And again, a very nice early game leads into a very solid mid game here for MaSa. But Hendrillus has proven that he can, keep up with the Masas. He does have that larva ready to go, and this poke is not really going to yield that much here for MaSa.
Yep. And right now, looks like those Banelings going to get cleaned up by the Banshee tank. Going to get sieged up, and Hendrillus, he's just going to pull back. There's not really much you can do.
The one Muta is going to chase off that Banshee. Given enough time, it would take it down, but that's going to be the stem forward, and the Hero Mutalisk does drop.
Yep.
One thing to note is that this roaming Viking does have 3 Overlord kills to its name. It's also limiting a lot of that early game vision there from Hendrillus. So any kind of early warning bells from Overlords that are putting their feelers out have just been mopped up there by the Viking. And that, you really do have a little less prep time when you don't have those early warning bells going off because of those Overlords.
And right now, MaSa, he has a lot of his army already here. 1-1 is finishing up for Hendrillus here. The tank is starting to fire. The Banelings are getting targeted down by the tank. Decent splitting there from MaSa, and he's going to be able to push Hendrillus back. More reinforcements are coming out. MaSa is trying to make the push to win him the $240 right now, Jester. And it looks like the Banelings are going to come in. The tank's not...
Wow.
The tank's going to be able to just kill it off. Not even sieged. And the Manor Mule comes out from MaSa saying, get out of this game. The Mulists are trying to do whatever they can. But right now, actually, not a lot of Marines here.
Yeah, the Mutas are basically going to be the saving grace here for Hendrillus, but for how long? The army size differences is still fairly substantial. We still got that one tank off to the side just having a jolly old time of it, but the Mutas will finally actually clean him up. Still a fantastic push coming out of MaSa as he's really putting the hurt here on top of Hendrillus. Maybe the Manor Mill is a little bit too early.
Yeah.
But still, we got a 4th now here from Hendrillus ready to go. I don't actually think that's been scouted, but there's nothing mining at it either.
Yeah, I don't know. He's focusing a lot on Army. He's not given the chance to drone up at the moment. There's too much aggression coming out of MaSa. And right now there's a bit of a lull time, so he could drone up, theoretically. But again, with MaSa, you never know when he's going to push, so it's difficult to know whether it's safe or not.
This is, again, where Overlords would come in extremely handy, except that some of those roaming Vikings just really limiting it out. So MaSa's just going to, mass up at this point. In terms of the army supply, he's still far and away here from Hengelisks. Almost 100 now to the 70, but a lot of Mutalisks there for Hengelisks.
Yep. And right now, 2-2 going to be finishing up here for MaSa now. And looks like MaSa, with that 2-2, he's going to be pushing across the map. He's going straight for the 4th. We've seen a similar push like this before in the TorCraft series.
I'm not sure Hengelisk would be able to hold out of this.
There's not enough Banelings here. There's just so much bio. There are tanks as well to defend. And MaSa, he is 40 army supply up right now. And Hengelisk, he's getting split apart. He doesn't quite know where to focus his attention to. The Banelings are already gone. The Mutalisks only trying to do as much as they can. MaSa pre-splitting so well here. More Banelings are trying to roll in. It looks like the tank's going to get cleaned up by a couple Zerglings, but still more bio already headed across here. And Hengelisk, he's not quite able to hold completely.
Yeah, Hengelisk has to just run back, lick his wounds, because the wolf at his gate here in terms of MaSa is just not going anywhere. He might lose out a few Marines, might lose out that tank, but the pressure is still on, and MaSa at this point is still really trying to put on that pain. He's looking for that 3-1 win. He's looking to end this here and now. He's also trying to look to bait out those Banelings, and gosh, is he doing a great job of it.
Yeah, and right now MaSa is just cementing his army lead right now. Looks like Hengelisk almost went in for a full push, but again, just being a little indecisive. He doesn't know where to focus his army. And right now, Concussive Shells is finishing up, so that's going to make it even harder to get those Banelings in. Plus 3 weapons is about halfway done, so the longer that Hengelisk stalls, the worse it's actually going to get for him. Yeah,
it's a very scary thing to see Marauders and Marines with level 3 weapons and the stim pack ready to go. Again, these splits just trying to bait out those Banelings. The Banelings are basically the only thing just stopping MaSa from rolling over this. Every time we're just trying to bait them out. Every time that we do these engagements, he gets more and more damage on top of those Mutas. We got a Thor in here as well. And now you know that those Muta's days are numbered.
Yep, and right now more bio and tanks are just constantly streaming across the map. MaSa's taking a 4th base of his own. The Banelings are coming in, but it's not even going to matter anymore. The hatchery goes down. The Broodlings can only do so much. And right now, Hengelisk, his supply is plummeting so quickly. The tanks, some of them don't even need to be sieged. And GG! MaSa is your TorCraft Season 1 champion.
He was seeded first for a reason, ladies and gents. It looks like he's able to prove his mettle and take it in a 3-1 sweep here in the best of 5. He's going to take home $240. He's going to take home the bragging rights. And after 5 months, we can say that MaSa, the Toronto Terran of Terror, is your TorCraft Cup holder.
Yep, and with that, another $240 here for MaSa. So many wins he's taken in these past couple months. MaSa doing a great job, and yet again proving he is in fact Toronto's best.
Might be out of the WCS Premier, but that does not stop him from taking home this tournament win in the hometown of Toronto. We do, of course, wish Hengelisk the best of luck in the WCS Premier. He was able to take a game, and again, he's done that actually quite a few times in our TorCraft Cups. He usually does get himself a win, so hopefully it will be a learning experience. He does take home $120 cash with him as well, so it's not like he's going home empty pocket. And of course, they do got their tickets here to Anime North, so there's a lot of cosplay going on, a lot of awesome events here to hit in Toronto, so that is going to be that from us, I do believe.
Yeah, and of course we are here from Anime North 2014. If you are interested in stopping by, we are in the Sheridan Hotel in the Ambrosia Room. A lot of cool gaming stuff yet to go. And of course we are Eschamp. If you'd like to support us, follow and subscribe. We do have some subscriber emotes. They're very cool. get direct NJ idea. The faces themselves are here. You can meet them if you stop by.
Take photos, put them on the Twitter. We will, of course, do the social media thing. But the young and old of esports here with Eschamp, sponsored by Chairs for Gaming and Anime North 2014. That is it for the StarCraft stream today. We are going to be coming back in a few hours with our League of Legends tournament here at Anime North. So, put that in your calendar if you guys are out there with friends here in Toronto and you want to watch some of the platinums, the diamonds. I hear we even have a few challengers out there ready to go. So you can come back here to the Ambrosia Theater here at the Sheraton Hotel. If you've liked the StarCraft stuff, again, hit that subscribe button, hit the follow button. Eschamp, a lot more StarCraft stuff to be coming out, and possibly even some more games. You're going to have to just stay tuned and hit the buttons to find out.
Yep, and of course, if you are interested in watching some fighting game stuff, in fact, the fighting games are going to take over the main stage for a couple hours soon on twitch.tv/Toronto Top Tiers.
There you go. So a lot of gaming still left to come here at Anime North. And I know that I'll see you guys in a few hours here for League of Legends. Delk, I think you're going to be helping me out with the observing. But until then, enjoy some fighting. We'll see you for some League of Legends, and enjoy Anime North 2014.